and graduates, at this time we are about to have our student response from Sheila Belgrave.
We did it! I will first of all give honor and praise to God, because without Him we would be nothing. Amen. And without Him we would not have achieved what we have today. We can all sigh with relief and say, how I got over. The song says, souls look back and wonder, but I'm saying, we look back and wonder how we got over. And class of 2014, we did it. Amen. On behalf of the graduates of 2014, I'd like to extend a warm welcome and greeting to members of the clergy, to our distinguished guests, to our families, and our friends who have joined us today. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your patience. We thank you. And I would like to extend a special greeting to our lecturers, Dr. Powell, Dr. Norma Davenport, to the distinguished Professor Ryan. We greet you. And I'd like to thank our organist and our pianist, the Reverend Douglas Wallace, my pastor, Reverend Sarah Wallace. And we thank you all for being with us this afternoon. I won't be long, I know it's hot. 2 Timothy 3:16 says, all scriptures is given by inspiration of God, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God and woman may be complete, thoroughly equipped for every good work. And I believe that those of us who have studied at the Urban Theological College are truly equipped to work for the kingdom. Let me exegete that text. Let me break it down. That text says we have been given instruction that we can use in our various ministries and in our spiritual growth. We've studied from Christology to church history to homiletics to Christian counseling, the Old and New Testament, so much more. We certainly covered a great deal during our years of study. And what a time we have had, amen? Amen. For many of us, it's been a great sacrifice, 2 evenings a week. Come on now. Amen. Leaving our families and our other commitments to rush to college on the North Circular. In traffic jam, winter, spring, summer, autumn, all weathers and seasons, but we made it. Amen. Stuck in traffic, we pressed through, amen. We have not only become students of Urban Theological College, but for many of us we have formed friendships that will last us for many years to come. We are true friends, because not only did we study together, we bonded, suffered together, amen, cried together, amen, and so that brings a certain degree of comradeship. But we've had some moments in our classes that we will never forget. And for those of you who are wondering what it's like to study with this college, I just want to give you a little snippet of our time of study. One springs to mind, and I want the congregation to forgive me as I give you a little snippet. Let me begin with Dr. Patrick Howell. Very quiet in his demeanor, and one would not for a moment imagine Dr. Powell getting animated and exuberant, unlike Dr. Juggan. Two very distinct teaching styles. However, when it came to homiletics, Dr. Powell came alive. Let me tell you, as he skillfully in his way demonstrated the art of preaching, or not how to preach. As he described the form of dress code, that would be a distraction. Now can you imagine Dr. Powell in a be a certain length and a certain way, and our blouses a certain way. But it didn't just stop there. I didn't know there were so many different types of mics, and how to hold the mic, and how not to hold the mic. And how not to, can I just say, hold our papers and not to, how you see my papers are put together so they're not dropping on the floor. And I think the final straw in that lesson was we were admonished not to destroy the pulpit. Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, some preachers were described as demolishing 3,000-pound pulpits with their fists. So, not only did we learn the word, we learned how to conduct ourselves. Amen? But I'm proud to say that Dr. Norma Drummond, and I'm not leaving you out, Dr. Norma, had a wonderful time with us in our lessons. And a classic statement throughout our years of teaching was, all the years I've been teaching, I've never looked at it this way. Come on now. She had a lot of firsts with us. We broke down certain subjects. What a time we had in Christology. The passion in which Dr. Drummond covered and vividly described the suffering of Christ remains with us forever. Many times we had to stop short of her delivering a sermon. When she caught herself and said, oh, I'm teaching, not preaching. Come on now. And what a shame for us that we will not be having a lesson where we can discuss the recent Church of England ruling to allow women to become bishops. A landmark ruling that no doubt will lead to stimulating debate in class. We ran out of time as we discussed the role of women in the church today, and the debate continues. So our learning was not just past, it was present, it was current, and it was relevant for today. However, there were times when we felt we cannot do this, especially when we faced exams. And when we had to write our thesis, one of the first year students said, 2 exams in one evening, God help us. But students, it was worth it. We are here today. Prayer, perseverance, and support got us there. Some of the testaments of the students says, we've got more insight into the word. We've got a thirst to learn, and I will go on next year. Others said with confidence in being able to have a discussion on word, then on particular issues, knowing I have the knowledge and the understanding. Other students have said, Sheila, I have made the right decision to study at this college. I am stronger in the word and stronger in my ministry. And one student says, I have fulfilled a lifetime ambition to study at Bible college, and I have done it. And in closing, I would like to thank Dr. Norma and Dr. Drummond in particular, and Dr. Ryan, for their zeal, let me tell you, commitment and dedication, for the time they have devoted to teaching us. Each very different, but it all came together when it came to us. We followed the call of God. We did to dream, class of 2014, that we can do it. And for many of us, we dare to try. Opportunity is now calling us. And our graduation is just the start of things to come. As we seek new challenges that God has laid on our hearts, may this graduation be a reminder of all that we can do. We did it, we achieved it, to God be glory and every praise.
Bless Lord, and thank you, students. Didn't know you were taking so much notes. But we catch you in class. At the sign, we